Just in time for the 2015 MCK elections, amendments to Kahnawà's election law were made final on March 2nd. KTV spoke to head technician Trina C Diabo about some of those changes that were made.
Well, one of the recommendations was for all the criteria to hold office to coincide with the Kahnawà membership law, and that was not accepted by consensus by the community. What was agreed to was to maintain the 50% blood quantum to run for office. As well, it was never mentioned in the law that you had to be a Mohawk from Kahnawà, so now it's specified that you have to be Mohawk of Kahnawà. There's a little more to the criminal offense definition now. Now, to run for office, if you have 3 summary convictions within a 6-year period, you have to wait until that last sentence is served in full for that 6-year ban to start before you can ever run for office. There was so many recommendations that were in fact discussed, but once it got to the tables at the CDMP, some were not agreed to. The 12-9, the council composition, debates took place for 2-3 hearings. A survey was carried out with the community, and in the end, consensus was to maintain the 12 council composition.
The election amendments were carried through the community decision-making process, with only one chief, Martin Laborn, objecting to ratify the changes. KTV asked him why.
Well, when the election law was out to the community, a lot of community members, and well over 25 within that week, had asked me to speak, because I speak to a lot of people, and they said, well, you make sure that you put in that law that to become a chief in this community, that your mother must be Mohawk, because you are what your mother is. And so I said that many times in these meetings with the community, and I find it's not in there. So I object for that reason, that it's not in there, and it's not the. I brought the voice of the community there, and it wasn't carried out in this law. So therefore, I objected.
There's a lot of people in the community members who gave feedback that also didn't get accepted into the law. And, you know, when he brought that recommendation to the table, it was discussed and it wasn't agreed to by consensus. And that's how the CDMP works. You know, the people sitting at the table discuss it. If it's agreed to, it goes back and forth. But that particular amendment that he's talking about wasn't agreed to by the community members in attendance at the hearing.
Well, I don't know if I can't agree with it, because, you know, I mean, I did bring the voice of the people there, and for me it wasn't carried out, or I didn't carry it out proper, you know, to I guess to get my point across, and there was more people there that felt different, and so that's they came to a decision, and I just objected to it. That's, you know, and I still do, and I still think that your mother must be a Mohawk, and it's been like that in the past. And, you know, times are changing, but I still feel strongly, and a lot of community members feel strong, that your mother must be Mohawk.
All the documentation is on the KLCC website, the Community Decision-Making Process website, and you'll see the existing law, the track changes that the community wanted to see, and then once all the hearings took place, the track change document that you will see now. So there was a lot of proposed amendments that didn't make the document. I informed the council that a lot of the recommendations had to do with accountability for chief and council while they were in office, and that those mechanisms don't fit within the election law, but letting them know that this is what the community wants.